Hello and good evening. It's Wednesday and it's a continuation of Assault on Hoth. Uh, During the previous build, we we built out the exterior of Echo Base 1, or I should say Echo Base, and then we built a snowspeeder and a portable laser cannon. And today we are going to build a miniature snowspeeder with some minifigs. And then I think there's going to be more. I think the gate entryway that's depicted in the movies will be building that out too. So I probably won't wait too long to get started because I have a deadline to keep. I want to build out tonight. I want to finish on Friday. I want to start um, TIE Fighter on. Hey Arnold, I want to start the TIE Fighter on Saturday and hopefully finish that on Monday. And then get into Slave One, which is I'm wonderfully looking forward to Slave One, although I'm a little bit nervous of Brittle Brown. But I don't think there's a whole lot of Brown in Slave One. I think the majority of that is in Sandcrawler. And then um, I have ordered all of my pieces for my mock, my Acclamare mock. I am probably going to go forward with doing a mock after Slave 1, just to kind of break up the UCS stuff just a little bit. Um, but if I don't get the pieces in time, or if I'm missing some pieces, even though I ordered them, then I'm going to probably build out a castle mock using those 3-in-1, 301, 220 castles I have. I just have to decide which one I'm going to build, and maybe I'll post them up on the community tab and just show you which one of two I'm planning on building. It'll be either one. It'll probably be around 5,000 pieces, so it's going to be a fairly large castle. So we'll have to see how that goes. I've never ordered individual parts like this before off of Bricklink, so I have no expectations of what it's going to be like. I imagine it's going to be a lot of like sorting and making sure, like, I have an inventory of parts. Do I have all of those parts? And then from there, I'll decide if I have what I need to do the Acclamare mock or not. All right. Yeah. I did not sleep very much last night, so it's going to be a little bit of a rough go, but let's get to it. Play some music, build some bricks, have some fun. Oh, yeah. Oh, amazing. You probably can't tell. Actually, I think you can tell. I think you can tell. My Let me go back to the main camera. You can see everything is brighter behind me. I got my lights finally converted from being fluorescent to LCD lights, or LED lights rather. And I really think it has made everything brighter back there. That's great. Cool. So stoked. Apparently, one of my cats moved my trash can. So I'm going to go reclaim my trash can. I empty that trash can after every night, and he probably jumped in it and took it for a spin. That Dudley kitty, he certainly is an interesting one. Speaking of Dudley, We let our cats outside. In fact, we built a fence around our property specifically for our cats. And it was not cheap because we wanted to make sure we built a high enough fence so they couldn't jump over. Although we discovered a flaw in that plan where we didn't want to spend the money on a high fence near there's like a wild portion of land that it's just overgrown and no one lives there. Someone owns it, but no one lives there, and we're like, yeah, we don't need this high fence over there. So we just put like a 4-foot or a 5-foot chain link fence, and yeah, they jump over it all the time. Some of the cats do. But I digress. Like the day that the fence finally completed and we let the cats out, and this is probably like 3 years ago, they immediately found ways to get into the front yard. So we did not build a cat-proof fence. Oh. I love minifigs. So anyways, Dudley, he has figured out that he can climb the retaining wall and get to the front yard. So I have to sit, and he's also one of the cats that will jump over the chain link fence to get into the wild overgrown portion adjacent to our yard. So I have to sit always in a spot where I can see everything, good vantage points. I have to be always diligent. Like there's no relaxation outside when I let Dudley out. I always have to have an eagle eye. And he didn't make it today. He didn't get into the front yard today, but he did yesterday. And I watched it happen. I love our cats. The last 2 days, I've been watching Bad Batch. I'm almost done with season 1. I'm about halfway through the season 1 part 2 finale. And some interesting things have appeared. For one, the Justifier. Cad Bane had Justifier, and that's the first time I've actually seen the Justifier in the Star Wars universe. I own that Lego set. I haven't put it together yet, but I own it. Let's see what else. Hera. Young Hera made an appearance. I can't remember if she was in that arc that was in Clone Wars, but she for sure was in an arc in Bad Batch, and I thought, hey, I know who Hera is, but the Hera I'm familiar with is the Hera in Ahsoka. Like I hadn't seen her previous to that, so it's like, oh, okay, I know what this is all about. And it's really weird seeing like the Venators and the ATTEs all in just solid gray, like the red and all of the symbols of the Grand Army of the Republic are all gone. It's just kind of odd seeing that transition from the Republic to the Empire and still retaining the old ships. Like there's no, Star Destroyers that we are familiar with the Empire using. Of course, I think technically the Venator is a Star Destroyer. So it has been pretty neat. Looking forward to seeing the rest of the seasons. And then I think after that is Rebels, which is a show I've also never seen before. I'm pretty sure like Hera's in that a lot, and I think Ahsoka might be in that some too. But I'm slowly making my way through my Star Wars watch through. Let's see what else has been going on. Oh yeah, new content in World of Warcraft. So I did some video editing on Tuesday and posted the speed build of Night 1, which I have recording in a different perspective. Hey Greg, good to see you. And then after that, I got into the game, and it's like, man, I haven't played this game in forever. So I literally spent like 2 hours just getting reacclimated with everything. And then today's just been busy, like... Oh, did you, Greg? How'd you get it? My one from Target shipped, but it still says that I won't be getting it until Monday. Wow, I wonder how they got it so early. I check Walmart, and they never have it in early. So you guys heard about the Qui-Gon variant, right? That's in the oh gosh, what's that set name? It's the it's Darth Maul's ship. So anyways, if it has a certain QR code, then it has the Darth Maul, or it has the Qui-Gon variant, which has the reddish hair. And so I haven't been paying attention, and then I saw the video today. I'm like, wait a minute, maybe I should check Walmart to see if, because I know they have a fair amount of that ship in stock. So I went there, and unfortunately they don't have any of the appropriate QR codes that indicates that you probably have the variant in there, because that minifig is going for like around $200 right now. I could use $200. Of course, it would be really $130 because the set itself costs $70, and some people just want the minifig. So I thought about it because my wife loves Jurassic Park, and I thought she might think that's neat, but I don't know, man. I've spent a lot of money on Lego this year so far. So I don't know. I have a bunch of stuff to get in May. You know, I'm getting the UCS Jango Fett Slave 1 and the helmet. And I kind of want to get the medieval seaside harbor, which sold out on Bricklink. So I'm going to have to go, you know, to the secondary market if I'm going to get that, which means it's going to be an upcharge. But I don't know when that's going to ship. So I guess that's a purchase for a little bit later on. And there's a couple mocks that I kind of still have my eye on. So, long story short, I just don't know yet. I say I'm not going to get any more Legos, and then something happens like double points day, and suddenly I'm buying a bunch of Legos again. Sure you guys know how that is. How about you, Greg? You're going to get the T-Rex? It looks like a fantastic set. I mean, it looks really neat. And I think it's fairly tall. I think that's something I could get away with displaying upstairs if I did decide to get it. The upstairs it's forbidden to display some sets like, you know, Star Wars stuff. I got away with putting the Notre Dame upstairs on the fireplace mantle, but that's about it. I think Lego is putting out some really nifty stuff. They're doing a pretty good job with keeping things interesting. Which also means people are spending money. Hopefully, if I don't like to talk politics here, but if Trump decides that he's going to put tariffs on stuff coming from the EU, all of our Legos are going to get more expensive. Because I think the majority of Legos come from are made in the EU. So let's just hope he changes his mind on that. Yeah, I have the Death Star 2, the first gen one, in a box in storage. So I will probably get to build Death Star 2s back to back. Okay, little sticker. Just built one of these in the larger form just the other day, it feels like. I do hope they make that Death Star 2 cheaper than $1,000. But if they do make $1,000, I hope they make it worth $1,000. Because some people have complained that Jabba Sail Barge price point is not indicative really of what you should be getting for that money. And to me, I mean, I thought the set was fine. I was happy paying $499 for it. But a lot of people have, stated that they felt like it wasn't worth it. So I'm hoping that we can avoid that kind of controversy with the Death Star 2. I mean, supposedly there's going to be so many minifigs, which is, part of the reason why people said it's going to be expensive. I don't know, like, I kind of feel like the Eiffel Tower. Hey, Com, it's been a long time. I hope you've been doing okay. I think it's been a couple weeks since I've seen you last. We're talking about the Death Star 2 right now. The one that's projected to come out later on this year, October, I guess. Um, um, the Eiffel Tower, I think, is a really large Lego set. So I think that still will trump the size of Death Star 2. That's a purchase I would like to kind of make sometime. I just don't know where I would stick it at. I've seen the built-out version at the minifig shop in St. Louis, and I'm like, yeah, I have no idea where I would stick something like that at. And by piece count, yeah, that might be a possibility. I have drop ceilings down here, so like I've got the first gen Imperial Star Destroyer, and right above that is the ceiling. Hey, Shifty. I wish I could. It's over there in the shelf. I feel almost like I should have a fourth camera, just so people can see the rest of my sets. There we go. Got that in. I mean, I do have a fourth camera recording up there for a speedboat later, but maybe I could integrate that as an additional camera. I guess we'll have to. I don't know. Is four cameras too crazy, guys? Rotating between four cameras. It would be an expensive thing to break. I think I think with shipping and everything, my Death Star costs $1,400. That's what I get for buying a retired sealed set. I'm afraid that with anything more than 4, and maybe even with 4, the processing power of even my laptop is going to start getting challenged. My laptop is like an i9 4090, so it's pretty robust. Yeah, that sticker looks good. Yeah, Windex really has taken the stress out of stickers. I think the majority of the stickers are actually going to be right here on this snowspeeder. Which makes sense because the larger scale UCS one I built also had a whole lot of stickers on it. The one thing I'm not happy about camera-wise is this OBSBot I got. Even though I told it not to try to autofocus, it keeps trying to autofocus, and I can see it happening. It's like, don't do that. So, Arnold, I had to sort out my Millennium Falcon after I ripped it apart. That took a long time. And it was not fun at all. I had so many little plastic bins because there are just so many colors, so many little pieces. It was a nightmare. Stickers for right now, so I'm going to stick that over there. I'm really not looking forward to moving if and when that ever happens. I'm hoping I could just stick it somewhere and just hope for the best.
Hello there.
Hey Rex. That's some old school stuff right there. Yeah, I remember capture cards. I think it's kind of funny that nowadays you can't even really get a computer with a CD-ROM drive in it. I don't think my main PC has one. I don't think this laptop does either. I worked in Office Max for 5.5 years, and I got so many questions about what's the difference between DVD-R and DVD-RW. Yeah, I get to play with string again. Yay! Let me see what's in this. So what were you recording, Rex? Interesting. Yeah, this, I think my Asus case I have has bays like that, but this Cool Master case doesn't have anything like that. I also made a mistake getting the Cooler Master case because it is just, I think it's like 70 pounds just by itself without adding any components. But I just wanted to make sure everything was cool, and cool's in the name. feel like this is a lot of string for this. Well, I got a 4090 and I wanted a big case for a big card. That's why I ended up with that one. And it does okay as a case. It's just massive. Like, it's not a case you stick on a desk, for example. So Rex, I don't know if you were on when I was talking about the Qui-Gon variant and how expensive it is. I'll cut that later with some seaweed, I guess. That did not work as well as I thought it would. Alright, so we have a grappling hook. Yeah, I thought, I thought about you a little bit earlier today with, your firearms, because I think you're a firearm collector, right? That's got to be an expensive hobby. Like I have all like the nerd. I've been through all the nerd expensive hobbies. Like I was in Warhammer when I was in high school, and then I got into Magic the Gathering, and now this. But I think you have a cool expensive hobby. My goodness. Another expensive hobby that some people have is watches. Like, there's a buddy of mine that has so many expensive watches, he actually has insurance policies on his watches. My biggest fear, my biggest fear is dying early, I suppose. not to get too morbid, but when I moved to the city, my cross the street neighbor, his name is Brent, and Brent is he's a pretty cool guy. He does some software development and testing and stuff like that, and he's lived over there for a while. He is in Experimental Aircraft Association, so he actually took me up in his plane once, and that was actually terrifying, because he went ahead and let me take over, because that was part of it. It was a get together, and it's an open house, and they take people up in their airplanes, and they let people fly them a little bit, and it was certainly very frightening. But after he told me that these things are so difficult to crash, they can almost fly on their own. It's a Cessna, by the way. And after that, he kind of assuaged my fears and was a lot more comfortable, and flew around for, I don't know, probably about 5 minutes. Anyways, he was having some kind of numbness in his arms, and it was kind of strange. So he went in to get it checked out, and it was brain cancer. And it just happened so fast, and he's been going through chemo and stuff like that, and it seemed like it was successful for a while, and then his tumor just started growing back, and they haven't been able to stop it. So it's things like that I find frightening, where you take care of yourself and you do everything you should, and sometimes it just things happen. Well, I guess my little Ozbot, or my camera I was using to do speed build overheated, so there is going to be no speed build video for this. I'm also I'm very afraid of heights too. So much so that when we did like the little ski lift thing on Sentosa Island, I had to like close my eyes for the majority of it. Yeah, Shifty, it's too late to die early. That's true. I have lived a pretty good life. So if I were to go, I would say okay. Yes, amen. Absolutely. It's that's certainly very true. And I have made it over there to see him. He's in pretty good spirits. He still continue to fight, of course, because that's what he does. He's a fighter. Yeah. I used to also have this insane fear of storms and thunder and lightning. And I also had a real hard time watching fireworks because they were so loud, and I thought that they would bring storms. I know that's a silly childhood fear, but it was crippling. Of course, that's one fear I did grow out of. So I guess I'm gonna actually not put these pieces on yet because they're stickers. They require stickers. Yeah, no. We had all kinds of tornadoes in northern Illinois, believe it or not. We would have like tornado drills, and we didn't get a direct hit, but a tornado went down our street and was low enough to clip like some tree branches off, but it didn't really hit any buildings. And I remember when I was going to college in central Illinois, there was a system that spawned like 6 tornadoes. That was pretty terrifying. When I lived in San Diego, that was a great time because I was not afraid of tornadoes because they don't have tornadoes in San Diego. They do have earthquakes. And apparently the base I was at was not really built on a solid foundation. So there was some concerns that if they did have a strong enough earthquake that it would just sink. And then when I lived in Cleveland, I didn't have any fear of tornadoes there. But apparently they got a tornado just last year. Texas was the worst for tornadoes because they were so frequent and they always seemed to happen at night. Not all the time, but they were very common at night. So you'd just be sleeping and then suddenly the sirens would go off. And in Fort Worth, where we lived, the soil was so full of clay that you couldn't really have a basement. So that was one of the scenarios where it's like, well, we're going to have to get in the tub and hope for the best. Anyone else have any tornado stories? I guess in Utah you probably don't get very many tornadoes. And in Hawaii, I know Shifty doesn't currently live in Hawaii, but I'm sure they don't have tornadoes there. They have other things though, like volcanoes. That was the camera powering off. I just want to move to Scotland. There's no tornadoes there. And they have good scotch. Okay, I think that's on there right. Jeez. That sounds like a... Well, that sounds definitely varied. My favorite part of all those is lake effect snow. Like, I can handle lake effect snow. Oh wow, they had a tornado in Utah? I don't know, I always thought Utah wouldn't get those. Now here in, in very south central Missouri, there's always concerns of the San Madrid Fault. I think we have actually felt a few quakes. Well, I think one time we felt a quake, a very small quake. Yeah, that's that's a good point there, Rex. Yep. I've had to deal with that problem all my life, it seems. Oh. Yeah, I've had that happen to me too, Rex. The first winter in Cleveland we didn't have a snowblower yet. And so what we did is we hired some guy to just plow our driveway whenever it snowed. And he decided to put the snow in the backyard, and we had like a mountain back there by the time winter was over. Yeah, Shitty, that's the same thing in Cleveland. We lived on the east side, so it's like the west side of Cleveland really didn't get any snow, but we would just get buried I mean, I never really complained. I love snow. When I was younger, my dad would take me to an empty parking lot, and um, he'd just be like, "Here you go, just drive around, drive fast, stop suddenly, you know, kind of get used to what it's like to be sliding around and try to control it." So I'm very appreciative that he did that for me because it really set the foundation for how to handle those kinds of scenarios. I don't think a lot of people do that anymore, plainly. Yeah, I wish back then I would have been into Lego so that I could have gone to all these nice little Lego stores and such. Also, not have to pay like a premium price on retired sets, of course. I've been to the Micro Center out there. Not, I don't think it was the one in Strongsville, but there was another one out there in the Cleveland area that I've went to a fair amount. In fact, that's where I got my Vive at, which has been in a box for about 7 years now. It's really one of the most fun hobbies I've ever had, to tell you the truth. I mean, it's really like making models without the glue. Shifty, I love making some hot cocoa with milk, of course, and just watching the snowfall. And I almost got to see quite a snowstorm this year, but it ended just before we got back from Singapore. And it did stick around for a little bit, and then it got to like 60 degrees and melted everything. I mean, again, today I was outside in short sleeves and shorts. That's not the way winter is supposed to be like. Sorry, I gotta respond to my wife here real quick. My wife has had a rough on-call week this week. Long days, and then she gets home, and then she gets called back in. In fact, she got called back in at midnight last night. whenever she gets called in, that will wake me up. But she's gotten so good at coming home afterwards that she never wakes me up when she gets back. Yeah, I think she made it home for a good 30 minutes before she got called right back in. More stickers. Let's see. This one gets a sticker, and this one gets a sticker, and this one gets a sticker. So have any of you guys found any great Lego deals in thrift stores? Like I keep seeing on the Lego subreddits, these people that go into thrift stores and they end up getting like amazing deals. And I have never in my life seen any of the thrift stores here ever sell one Lego set. The last post I saw, someone found the Bad Batch Marauder shuttle for $20. Like, come on, man. Why can't I be that lucky? The only things I ever find in like the thrift stores or the antique stores and the antique stores, it's just junk mostly. Yeah, I've never found anything worthwhile. Yeah, that's probably very true. I would say that my frequency to the thrift stores is also probably every once in a while. Let's see what else has been going on. So I'm a software engineer for an insurance company, and I've been working on a project for Michigan for, I want to say, probably the last couple months, and finally got everything finished. And they're testing it now, or rather, they were testing it today. And they've been testing it all day, and everything was looking great. And just before it was time to go, they found something that had to be fixed. And I'm just like, oh, are you kidding me? So that's something I get to look forward to tomorrow. Sometimes I hate insurance just a little bit. Oh, that sounds like quite a collection there, Rex. Do you have, I believe it was called a Vectrex? Wow. That's quite a collection. They go for $1,000? Wow, I wonder if my dad still has that Vectrex still around in a box somewhere. We had one of those when I was an adolescent. It was kind of cool because you had like these little overlays that you could put on the screen to kind of, give color to what you were playing. And I don't remember what the name of the football game was, but it came with like this little green overlay that you would put on the screen so that it kind of simulated that you were actually playing on a field. anymore. No, okay. Yeah. Yeah. And there was another Atari game I used to play when I was younger. It was like Moonwalker, Moon something. When you were, hey Randucci. And it was like you're driving like a rover on the moon, and you're trying to jump over like asteroids, or not asteroids, but boulders and stuff like that. That was a pretty fun game for me when I was a kid. And then we of course had like Indiana Jones on Atari, and I can't remember what other games we had. Moon Patrol. Okay. Feel like I missed a piece somewhere. I think it may have been on this one. I only slept for like 4 hours last night, guys. Sorry. Yeah, I woke up at like 2 a.m. out of the blue, and I was like, okay, I'm up now. Could not get back to sleep. Seems to be a trend this week. Yeah, Donkey Kong, we had Donkey Kong too. In fact, I think my wife was just watching a documentary yesterday on Donkey Kong in regards to the kill screen where you would get like an overflow or something like that with the high score. I didn't catch all of it. Oh, yeah, I mean, occasionally this happens. I also kind of blame some of it on the fact that I spent, 8 days in a time zone that was, 14 hours ahead. Well, I hope you're feeling better today. Usually when I come back from a trip, I get sick, but this time everything seems to be okay. And then sometimes I think it's just sometimes I like there are things that were happening today that I had to hope that everything was going to go okay. Like, I don't know if you guys remember, but it was just before I went on that cruise, I think it was in January, I got rear-ended. And we've been trying to get the car into the shop. And then finally, today was the day that I was supposed to go to the shop and I had to get a rental car and all that other stuff. And then the electrician was supposed to be here yesterday and he couldn't make it. And so I was a little worried about the timing with that and whether or not he would get done in time for, the stream to start and whether there would be any complications. So I think I had some underlying things with all that too. Yeah, it's definitely the sickness is going around down here too. It's just a miracle I haven't gotten it yet. So I'm going to load up these bad boys and never fire them ever. But hot tea and honey is great for alleviating some symptoms of a cold. I never made it up into Michigan, but my wife almost got into University of Michigan medical school, but she ended up going to Cleveland Clinic instead. Not medical school, fellowship, sorry. All right, it's all done. Another one. I have a big one and I've got a little one now. We are making pretty good progress. Show the box of that small snowspeeder. Like on this box. Well, I've got another one, and I've got another snowspeeder up there that I have to build yet. It's in that blue box, in fact, above the AT-AT. So this actually has a couple bags. Yeah, I'm sticking this play set in with the AT-AT and the other snowspeeder, so it's kind of like all related in a way. So you can see it's up there with the AT-AT. So yeah. Oh, hey Todd. It's good to see you. Everything worked out perfectly today, by the way. Car's in the shop. I got an okay rental car. I don't need anything special. We have older cats that you never know if they have to go to the vet or anything like that, like emergency vet. So that's the only reason why I really feel like I need to have a rental car that is going to be reliable. And the electrician came and swapped out the lights. So, and everything happened on time with the stream. So if I had worries, it was all for nothing. There's a lot of pieces in this step. This is definitely where the majority of pieces are in this 2200 piece set. Hey, never too old for Lego. How are you doing? So I hope everyone has been enjoying this fantastic weather. I know it's going to hold here in my area for another week, pretty much. Going to have 68 tomorrow, and then 62, and then upper 50s for the rest of the week. People are barbecuing in my neighborhood. Very unusual. Oh yeah, what was your mystery build? That's a pretty good idea, by the way, having a mystery build. And I love how the pieces are arranged here, so it kind of emulates texture. Like, I know a lot of people have done mocks and stuff like that, where they're building out terrain, but this is the first time I've built out terrain. And it's pretty cool. Well, I gotta be honest, I don't know what that is, so there would have been a 0% chance that I would have guessed it. Oh, okay. I have seen Robotech. It's just been a really long time. So yeah, we're on step 7 of the assault on Hoth. And it's just basically the exterior kind of gate section that you see in the Empire Strikes Back. And we just got done building a little mini snowspeeder. The set's been a lot of fun so far. All right, I managed to get that piece in without dropping it for the 5th time. Right. I think it's been a while since I've even seen Robotech mentioned. I know Gundam is really popular in my area, believe it or not. Hey, Skywalker. Hey, Skywalker, how is Mr. Red been? I haven't seen him around in a while. Yeah, the hobby shop that we have here in town that's got the bulk Lego that I have to hit up sometimes in order to get my missing pieces. They have a large selection of Gundam models that they keep selling out of. Okay. Yeah, I saw he was posting too. I just didn't know if you had heard from him besides that. Another guy, well, I should say another person I haven't seen in a while is Spec. But I think he posted a comment on one of your videos lately, and I forgot to go back and ask him how he was doing. Yep. Apparently, the more popular things here in Missouri is Gundam and Pokemon. I think just before I went to Singapore, they had like this last release of some kind of Pokemon series that apparently the resale value was tremendously high, and they were pit clean by the time I got there, just to see if I could grab a set and see about selling it. I think the last model I did was, I think it was a Huey helicopter. No. The last model I did was an A-10 Thunderbolt 2. And that was, I want to say, in like 1989 or something like that. It's been a long time. I think the F-14 and the A-10 Thunderbolt 2s are my favorite planes. Yeah, I wasn't probably gonna sell it for too much more than if I probably would have opened the pack and seen what was inside and probably sold the individual cards. Not at like a scalper's price, just whatever is listed on TCG's website. But I never found anything to sell probably because a bunch of scalpers got ahead of me and got it all first. Yeah, when I got my PS5, it took forever because I didn't want to pay that scalper price. Now in stock.net, I don't know if it's still around, but I used that for I think my PS4, my PS5, and my video card to try to get around scalper stuff. So many pieces. I think by taking these pieces out of the pile that I'm going to use is going to make it easier for me to not accidentally skip them later. I have a Switch myself. I just don't have the version 2. Every once in a while, my wife will play Mario, which is why we have the Switch. You know, I will admit that when Animal Crossing came out, I did pick up that game. And what was it? Was it selling tulips? Is that how you made a lot of money? Or you had the potential to make money, I guess. Man, I love Metroid so very much. I played the older Zelda games, but I've not played the newer ones. There's no reason why I haven't. I just haven't. It's just not enough time in the day to play everything anymore. Yep. Oh, were they turnips? Yeah. I couldn't remember if they were turnips or tulips. Turnips. Yeah, that's right. There was a Discord I was a member of where they were posting like coast to go sell turnips at and stuff. It's a pretty organized process. Super Metroid was such just a phenomenal game. I'll never forget it. Today's episode is called Mac Drops Bricks. Some of those I have not played yet. Yeah, it was Zim that thought it would be a good idea for me to put like a ledge or something like that to go around the desk to prevent drops, which is a pretty good idea. I should really look into that, but I worry how it would impact some builds. Oh, yeah, so my my AT-AT helmets shipped. All of my Brickleak pieces for my mock have shipped. I got a sheet of Formica that I'm going to use for speed builds. That shipped, and that should arrive tomorrow. So some exciting things are coming. Let's see. Looks black in the picture, but I guess it's gray. You'll have to tell me what it is again, Wiseman, because I've already forgotten. This is also TRL Live. Oh, I got it. It's my search history. All right, let's see. Where was I? So yeah, I will do a song request as long as it's copyright free. I got nailed with a pretty nasty copyright notice on Monday, so I'm being extremely careful now. And what gets me is I wasn't taking it straight from Disney or anything like that. I was playing someone else's clip and they went after me. So when it comes to building out the TIE Fighter, you guys are just going to have to remember what a TIE Fighter is and where it appeared. No, I'm kidding. Everyone knows all about the TIE Fighters. I just thought it would be neat to show the different facets of that assault on Echo Base in Empire Strikes Back and just kind of point out where those would be appearing in the set itself. Just can't have nice things. So, I think that on Saturday I will do a multi-stream for the first time on Twitch and YouTube. So I'll be, when someone says something here, I'll probably say it out loud so that the Twitch people can you know, be a part of the discussion. But then again, it might be such a pain in the butt that I won't really keep it up. Like, I've never done anything like that before, so I kind of want to do a practice stream. I just don't know if I'll have time. Well, this is some interesting technique. Also, the donut butt. Oh, that's why.
Hello there.
Hey, Dink Dude. It's been a while. I hope you've been doing pretty well. You're welcome. Let's see, where... I don't know. Let's go with this one. My pile of bricks is growing ever smaller, thank goodness. The thing that always kind of makes me worried about like playing a song and not paying attention to when it gets done, because I have no idea what song music is gonna play next, and it could be I could get a copyright strike. Like, I don't think that song reverted to the playlist I was using before. So, Dink Dude, is that the one that has Qui-Gon's figurine in it? Well, hopefully you get that variant, but it would probably be pretty difficult. Yeah, they sure are. I mean, I went to my Walmart today to see if I could grab one of those sets, so I'm equally guilty. There it is. It's like, I know that gray slope piece is in here somewhere. So has anyone heard any rumors of sets coming out in April besides Back End? I know there's a whole lot of stuff coming out in March, but a lot of that doesn't interest me very much. Of course, the Speed Champions are everywhere right now. I think my Walmart has all of them out. I'm just not into cars very much. Oh, thanks. Thanks, Stink Dude. Yeah, so I loved what Blood Artiste did. She was the one that did the original logos and intros and stuff like that, and I think I'll still utilize like the Star Wars intro and outro that I have, but I always just kind of felt silly doing like a non-Star Wars related build, and I didn't have anything that would go with that. Okay, I think this goes here. Looks right. Yeah, May is going to be a big month in my opinion. I wonder what the gift with purchase is going to be. I thought the gift with purchase for Jabba Sail Barge was fantastic. I got a Technic piece here. What I'm going to do? I wonder what I'm going to do with the Technic piece. Yeah. A gear train fidget. What's a gear train fidget, Skywalker? Oh, okay. Yeah, I've seen so many great mods for the Arc 170. So is it the engine mod, or is it the gun mod, or is it both that you're going to be doing? Oh, there it is. Boy, this piece was so hard to find. Well, you'll have to let me know how it goes, come. Did you get the mock off of, well, I should say the mod. Did you get the mod off of Bricklink? Hey, Zim. I was worried you weren't going to make it. I was just talking about you and your suggestion to build like a little ledge around the desk so I could stop dropping bricks to the ground. I blame my fat fingers. Oh, you're recording a speed build? I was recording a speed build too, and then my camera overheated and then shut down. Speaking of fat fingers. I've not seen any of the Lego AI videos. I'm afraid to watch some of those things, to be honest. Because some of them are just hilariously bad. Oh, okay, I gotcha. So you're not filling anything. You're just timing your builds. Gotcha. So did you run into a problem and it ended up taking too long, and that's why your speed run went bad? That's pretty fast. Oh, you did film it. So I haven't seen any Lego AI, but I see a lot of AI channels in general. Oh, okay, cool. So DaVinci Resolve is great for editing videos, by the way. And it's free. Unless you decide to purchase a license. But for the most part, you can do everything you need to with the free version. You know, Hey, Dink Dude, thanks for popping in, and I hope you enjoy your build when it comes, and I hope to see you back here on Friday. Friday will probably be a little bit better because I won't be so very tired. Hopefully, knock on wood. Let's see. So what I do for DaVinci Resolve is I take my footage and then I ramp it up to basically 400%. And that's how you get the speed build. Ah, this is the piece I was looking for. Cool, I look forward to seeing you then. Also, Zim, can you tell the difference with the lighting? It might be too subtle, but I can definitely tell the difference. I'm not sure if I'm going to get through bag 8 tonight. I'll probably start it and then seal it. After this gets done, I'll see how many banks I have left. Hey Arnold, how is your progress on the TIE Fighter? I'm so jealous that you got the Forest Stronghold. I have been seeing that set pop up all over the place on Reddit today because that series finally shipped, and I'm like, man, I wish I would have been into Lego when that came out. Because that set just looks so cool. Man. I think it's selling for $500 now. I don't think that's how much you paid for it, right, Com? I guess I got to be careful that brittle red that's in there, though, right? I think you had a problem with that in the first, or brittle brown, because I think that set has a couple brittle brown bricks. Just a couple. Or maybe it was someone else that had a brick break while they were building the TIE Fighter. Jeez, that's G's to the breaking of the bricks, but $324. I think that makes sense because that's probably $299 plus tax. So basically, if I wanted to get the Forest Stronghold now, I would pay almost twice as much, which is a big nope. I'm sure it'll come down in price as time goes on. I also missed getting that medieval seaside harbor or market or whatever it's called. But I did get the siege encampment. Well, this step has certainly felt like it's taken forever. This takes me back to filling out the Death Star because you had so many pieces in each step. Yeah, I hear you there. That is what I envisioned for myself as well. No, we do not. We do not do drop tests. This is Mac builds bricks, not Mac smashes bricks. Although sometimes we are Mac drops bricks. Yeah, my table will go over where those dressers are one of these days. I'm in the process of making room for those dressers to go elsewhere. Yeah, I know. There would be so many views. But my soul would hurt afterwards. I treat. So I will. I want to do like mills for landscaping you know, I'd like to have terrain, I'd like to have water. And that requires planning to map everything out properly, and I have not gotten to that stage yet. I have so I've got the medieval blacksmith built. I have 6 31120 sets to mock up. I've got the Viking village. I've got the medieval town square. So I definitely have some stuff to fill up a table, or at least to start to fill up a table pretty good. Yeah, I'll definitely do mills. I mean, if you're going to do things, you got to do them the right way, right? And it certainly seems that mills is the right way of doing things when it comes to stuff like that. And I have to figure out what I'm going to do with Rivendell and what I'm going to do with Bare Dur. Like, am I going to set those up on a table somewhere too, or am I just going to display them independent of each other? I haven't really figured that out yet. I felt like if I had more Lord of the Rings sets, making them on a table would be great. Yeah, lights sound like a good idea, and I'll get there eventually, I think. Yeah, I mean, really, there are light kits you can get for the Venator, and I've seen them, and light kits you can get for the Superstar Destroyer, and a lot of other sets. But to me, nothing seems more impactful than getting lights for Bare Dur, because I mean, the Eye of Sauron is supposed to be shining bright. Seems like a strange place to put this brick, but okay. Plus, that set is a gift from my wife, so I certainly want to do whatever I can to spruce it up, so when she comes downstairs, she'll be like, "Oh yeah, look." Definitely think I missed something here. this up just a little bit. I think this goes here. And then this goes here, just like that. Yep, cool. All right. Yep, let's get started with bag 8, shall we? Oh, before I do that, let's see what I have left. 10. Oh, hey, it looks like my my piece of Formica is coming tomorrow instead of Friday. That's pretty exciting. Yeah, I'm going to start on bag 8. There's no way I'm going to finish it in the next 29 minutes, but I will start it nonetheless. And what I don't get built up will go in a sealed container. And that will leave me steps 9 to 13 on Friday, which I think is doable. All right. Yeah, I think I mentioned this again earlier, but I could buy this cap on Etsy for $250, like the real version of it. And I gave it a thought. You know, instead of dressing up as in a costume, maybe I could dress up in a hat, but I couldn't qualify that expense. I'm not going to really show these minifigs because they're just duplicates of ones we built before already. All right. Oh, these are pretty cool. Little hazard markings. I was wondering when we were going to do a better job of anchoring these two pieces together, and that is how we're doing it. Hey Skywalker, thanks for stopping in. I appreciate you. I also appreciate you always commenting. I really enjoy your feedback, and I hope you have a good night. I hope to see you Friday. My Fridays used to be taken up with Magic the Gathering. But since I don't play that game anymore, I can stream. No, I say that, but every once in a while, Tevo will talk me into going to a tournament or something like that. Oh, wait. Did you see the nice terrain features here? I think it's amazing. Definitely evokes like icy covered slopes and such. Yes, sir, Com. I do play World of Warcraft. And now looking at this, I think I missed one of these. Are you also a WoW player, Com? That's what I'm looking for. So I have as well, and I believe that Wiseman has also played Final Fantasy 14. Let's see. Patterns. Oh wow, I've never seen these in white before. So every other time I've seen this brick, it's been in like black or gray. I've never seen one white before. Now we swap it. Oh, okay. I don't think I got all the way through Shadowbringers. Did they have? Did they release a patch for Shadowbringers? I think where you were trying to go to some island or something or another. Does that ring any bells? I bet we're going to build another turret or something like that here pretty soon. Technic pieces. Well, hopefully they won't be too mad when they come back and you complete all the content. I think they revamped Bard, which is what I was playing, and I was learning to play it again, and then it was like something else distracted me, so I stopped playing it again. But I do remember I had to do some stuff before I could head to some island where a new faction was present. That was a part of some new content update. That's all I can remember, though. It's been a while. It's a fun game. There's just not enough time. You know what? I bet I can finish this step. So, the way that it's different is if you wanted to play, let's say, a warrior or a mage in World of Warcraft, you would have to make separate characters. So everything is not really as shared as it is in World of Warcraft, or rather in Final Fantasy 14, where you could play all of those classes on one character. The crafting system, I think, is a lot better in Final Fantasy 14, and you can actually use macros and stuff like that to level things up, and you can't really do that in World of Warcraft. And also, all the abilities are a lot more different, of course. They do have like GCDs in World of Warcraft that you have to factor into your DPS rotations and stuff like that. I feel like the fights might be longer in World of Warcraft versus Final Fantasy 14. But I like how the events are a lot more televised, if that makes sense, in Final Fantasy 14. Oh, actually. This one goes here. Also, World of Warcraft doesn't have housing yet. Supposedly it's coming, but I'll believe it when I see it. They both have flying. They both have instances, but they don't have anything like duty roulettes and stuff like that. Oh, and they don't have retainers. Retainers are only in Final Fantasy 14. I believe that is correct. Kind of flew through that pretty fast. Oh. I'm supposed to be putting something on the end here. I'll try to stick it through here. Ooh, boy. Whoops. Put a little bit too much pressure on that one, I guess. There we go. I guess it's just supposed to rest on there. Yeah, I've in all the years I played Final Fantasy 14, I never found a house either. I always joke with my friends, if I ever found a house in Final Fantasy 14, that's how you know I won't quit WoW. And it's like never happened, of course, because it's stupidly difficult to find housing. And I know I'm preaching to the choir because you already know, but I just would like to reinforce the fact that it's a frustration for a lot of people. And Final Fantasy 14. Well, of course, now I probably have the problem of I can't afford it. I think I might just finish this. I'm wondering if I'm building a gate here. I kind of feel it like this is a definite gate feel. And if I was paying attention, I could tell you what I was building, but I just kind of blew right through the instructions. Yep, definitely a gate. I don't really remember this being in the pictures, to be honest. Oh, yeah, I get to move it. Factoid of the day. Uh, I guess, well, I have no tattoos. And the way I figure it is if I never got a tattoo in the Navy, I'll never get one at all. Not that I have anything against people having tattoos, of course. I haven't used that one yet, have I? That one, I think I may have said that before. I'll do another one. How about this one? My very first dog was a toy chihuahua named Sassy. And I got Sassy because my ex-girlfriend got her as a rescue dog from a puppy mill. And she didn't like Sassy, so she asked me if I'd take her in, and I absolutely loved Sassy, so I adopted Sassy in a heartbeat, and she was my first dog. She was a wonderful little chihuahua. Not like those terrors that you see sometimes. All Sassy wanted to do was just sleep in my lap. She never barked at anybody or growled at anybody. She did love people, though. She was a good little dog. Oh, and her and my cat got along super well. No, she was not very sassy at all. In fact, my ex-girlfriend named her S-A, or spelled her name S-A-S-S-I, which to me is just ridiculous. So as soon as I got her, I'm like, you know what? Your name is spelled with a Y, not an I. But yeah, my cat would just sit there and give Sassy baths all the time. They got along so very well. I've never seen a cat give a dog a bath like that. I guess this is supposed to go all the way in. Okay, it goes all the way in. So anyways, that's probably a better little factoid than tattoos. Okay, let's see. Oh, it's not moving. Okay, there we go. Boy, it's really stubborn. I mean, you really need a better mechanism for moving this, if you ask me. I think I was supposed to put some white pieces around here somewhere. Ah, here we go. Not simple enough. All right. I did it. 9 o'clock on the dot. Look at that. So are these supposed to like close? I think I might have to do some adjustments if they're supposed to like close all the way. I think the one on the left probably needs to get pushed in a little bit more. Anyways, I'll adjust that later. Yeah, the mechanism for making this turn is... There's got to be a mock, or rather a mod for this. Well, all right. So this is where we got to tonight, and then it looks like Friday. I think we might just be building more on top of this. Yep. Yep. Oh, it looks like we get more minifigs too. So that's a wrap. Got steps 9, 10, 11, 12, and 13, plus some tauntauns and a wampa. And if you heard that, it sounds like my cats are fighting, so I probably should get going here pretty soon. But thanks for watching and for dealing with my punchy, sleep-deprived self. Hopefully I will get some more sleep by the time that Friday arrives. Looking forward to finishing this out with you guys and then starting the TIE Fighter the next day. So you guys have a wonderful night. And I look forward to seeing you in a couple days. I don't know if I'll have anything to post build-wise because my speed build camera overheated and didn't record much of anything at all. So I'll have to work on that too. Thanks, Com. Thanks, Arnold. Thanks, everyone else. And I will see